All right, Shalom. Shalom. Kind of call on like Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai, Power Chakadash, the bondage to the hopefully elect elder apostle slave to be saved, Lord willing, start with those at the GMS church or down to the rest that may be out here under this doctrine. Onward to the brothers here at this camp, at this congregation, teaching all truth and all true faith and sincerity, uh, in the order, Shalom, and to the rest of the Uakim, Ma'akim, teaching as well in all true faith and sincerity and all diligence, Shalom. The elder Akim on down to the younger Akim, and to the rest of you believers, you men, women, and children of the Israelite race, and on this faith of Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai as well, in all true faith and sincerity, Shalom. All right, ultimately to the elect, those that are about to go on to be manifest to have been of the house of David, and that's very important in these times. So, and in general, till it's over with, which you got a lot of Israelites they don't really understand that. But without getting into other things, you got this is another Novus Ordo Seclorum Gradualism update, and in this particular update, the elites through the politicians, that they they have passed House approved bill legalizing marijuana, and you gotta pretty much just know off top a very dark, grotesque spirit that's talked about in the scriptures actually is about to manifest on these people and across the globe, really across America, in all states, because that's exactly what this bill has pretty much been decreed to do. Okay. But that's what we're gonna be going into. And you gotta understand why they do this. So let's get the first scripture. This is Sirach 5, Salaki 37. And I'm gonna start at 16. It says, let reason go before every enterprise. Okay, keywords in there we want to focus in on enterprise, and counsel before every action. Before we get into that part, let's get what enterprise is. Enterprise. Out the car, place. The endeavor. Enterprise. And enterprise as an endeavor, a project or undertaking, typically one that is difficult and requires effort. And that's that's the New World Order. Just to say the least. Hence Novus Ordo Seclorum. But a business or a company, and pretty much the devil is it's pretty much a bunch of plans of action. There's a bunch of moves that's components to help make the new world that he think he can bring. But his world is just this one and this one, and that's it. That's what so-called white man think. He think he can reset his time. That's what the great reset goes into. But the great reset is when the Lord do a new thing in the earth. It's not going to be once Esau find a way to, elapse his time. The scriptures already say that he got an appointed bound that he can't pass. His foot's going to slide in due time. It ain't nothing he can do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing he can do. But that's what the Novus Ordo Seclorum is about. And it's in everybody's pocket. You flip your dollar over. But nonetheless, so yeah, this is what he's in pursuit of doing. It's a pursuit of the so-called white man's endeavor. The scriptures say in Psalms the 10th chapter how the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. The wicked is the same devil, serpent entity talked about in Revelation. That's the reveal. He's getting ready to come down, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. So he has an endeavor which he's going to pretty much try to extend that time. Or he's going to basically, or you can look at it like this: he's just trying to create a little, you know, a situation how he wants things before he know his time runs out. You know, because they probably already in their head kind of admitted defeat, but the Lord gonna put a spirit on them and make them fight. You know, anyway, because the Lord is a man of war. You know, just to prove His power. Which that's a part of them. Their Novus Ordo Seclorum as well. Their New World Order endeavor. You know, they're coming up with different technology to try to track the Lord, try to stop him when he come back. You know, they doing everything they can to try to make this new world order, and it's not gonna work, man. They're gonna fail miserably. But anyway, so that's what enterprise goes into. So when you go back here, Sirach 37 and 16, let reason, see, go before every enterprise. So before every project, every endeavor, every pursuit, every plan, every mission, every operation, every business, every affair, scheme, whatever, you're supposed to have a reason for it. And I just gave a reason for it. This is even for the so-called white man. This is in general knowledge. This is just in general how things go. It says, and counsel before every action. So they counsel on how they're going to bring forth this scheme, this endeavor, this pursuit, the Novus Ordo Seclorum. Let's go into it. This is Sirach 57. I keep saying Sirach, but anyway, Job 5, and I'm gonna jump to the point. This is verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See, so they have an enterprise, and we can get the word enterprise just for the sake. And then you read it in KJV. It says he frustrates the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot carry out their plans. And let's see, the NLT, yeah, that's basically it, you know. But anyway, like I said, let's get that word enterprise. It's not gonna be too long. Got other stuff that need to come out, but you know, when this broke, I just knew, okay, this is definitely that's the world to come. A world where a society where weed is legal everywhere. People's already doing it, but they're being pretty much courted to do it. For what reason? See, that because really that's what they're doing. They're courting them to do it, you know. But they, you know, they're like, hey, you can do it. Go ahead. So people about to go in a complete state of, man, it's crazy. Anyway, so okay, enterprise, undertaking. So that's what the Lord is talking about. They got an undertaking, and that's what enterprise literally goes into. That's the first synonym, undertaking. What is the undertaking? A formal pledge or promise to do something. And what was the pledge that the so-called white man made? He said he was going to kill Jacob. That's really what he wanted to do. That's really what he wanted to do. A task that is taken on. He want to ultimately, you know, give it Mark Cuban everybody. You know, he wants to make you a so-called white man, basically. That's basically what they want to do. But anyway. So yeah, so reading this one more time, Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So yeah, that's that. Okay. And I'm gonna just give these scriptures and we just gonna go into the article and that'll be it. All right. So yeah, they trying to do something, but they not gonna be able to fulfill it, and that's what these gradualism updates are pretty much alert to you on. You know, it's another. They're the different components that's going to help make up the life they want you to live in the time to come before they're completely out of there. And if you're just now tuning in to so-called white man, so-called white people, you know, period. Desires of the elite bakers. All right. So this is Sirach 42, and I'm gonna start at verse I'm going to start at verse 17. The Lord have not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works, which the Almighty firmly settled, that whatsoever is might be established for his glory. Yeah, so there's certain things we're not even supposed to, we can't know about without the Lord, say so. Those things he got cut off, right? And these are the works of the Lord ultimately too, because what they do is ultimately what the Heavenly Father has them doing. When you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, and our hands are all, matter of fact, let me just grab it real quick. I brought this out earlier. And shalom to, the Akim, wa Akwakim, those in truth, faith, and sincerity listening. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 16. For in his hands are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. See, workmanship. So when you go back here, it says, the Lord, Sirach 42 and 17, the Lord have not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works. And that's including people and what they working on. See that? So, and we know that's true. See, it says, which the Almighty have, Lord, firmly settled that whatsoever is might be established for glory. But he sent the Holy Spirit down, which is the comforter that will lead us into the truth of all things, to where we are completely aware of what the devil's doing through the devil. He having the devil tell on himself, and then we get in the sea and flee away, and that's pretty much it. And him opening our eyes to where we can see, and it's not dim, So, and that take me back here, Sirach 37 and 15. And above all, pray to the Most High that he will direct thy way in truth. Yeah, we need, and that's dealing with light, being enlightened on, so we can, get through this path. We can get out of here. We can get through the valley of the shadow of death. So the Lord has to put us on things ahead of time that the devil is doing, that he may present one way, but really, he might he'll basically present it as a mirage. It is like, while you in this desert, it look like this, he'll present shit to like, that's completely dangerous in the desert, but he'll have it come to you like a mirage, which would be like a pool of water. He'll come off like it's a pool of water, but it's a damn, whatever. It's a pit of fire or something like that. And the scriptures say that's how he taught. That lamb that spake as a dragon, but yet, he appeared as a lamb, but he spoke as a dragon. But anyway, one more after this. This is Sirach 42 and 17. 18, he seeketh out the deep. Yeah. And the heart. We can't see, what's ocean deep. Can't even get to the bottom of the ocean. You can't necessarily read people's minds, you know what I'm saying? But if the Lord, he can. So that's why having the spirit, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shemel Shah is so important, and the men that he has set up is so important. Because it's the only way you're getting out of this, man. They did this. This is a part of the graduate. This is gradualism. They getting people to a whole new place. This is a whole new world. This is a completely new world. You couldn't. When we get to the article, you're gonna see it says, and consider it their crafty devices. And the Lord say, be not ignorant. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, so he can get an advantage of us. He want to catch Jake sleep, snooze, and that's the number one thing that's gonna happen with legalizing, marijuana nationwide. It's not just they're trying to do this nationwide. See, the House passed legislation on Friday to legalize marijuana nationwide, and eliminate the long-standing criminal penalties. And see, that's heavy because they like, oh, they did it for everybody. Well, that's like everybody that insurance thing. Nationwide is on your side, but that's of the so-called white man. Ain't nothing he give you for you is on your side. It's left up to him. So he got that. That's that whole, that to me, this is synonymous with that. You know, so it says once again, and eliminate the long-standing criminal penalties. You know how many Jakes locked up for this, and then but that's a whole nother thing. It says for anyone who distributes or possesses it. So this is about to create a nation of just reprobate, and then it's gonna help the dollar. This is gonna help inflation too, because less people gonna work. You could just say, I could just sell weed. See that? That's gonna create inflation on some level, man. You know, in some way. Anyway, let me finish these scriptures. It says, "He seeketh out the deep and the heart, and considereth their crafty devices." That's very crafty. Why in 2022? Why, when all things look as worse as they ever been? You know, the forecast for America, is gloomy. It's doom. Scriptures say that the day of doom shall be the end of this time, man. That's the forecast, and everybody see that. Yahweh Shah said that. He said, "You hypocrites, you could tell when it's about to rain, but you can't discern the face. So people can tell, but they try to act like in certain regards when it comes to certain things they can't tell. Like it ain't, and it's not hard. It ain't hard to tell. You know, it ain't hard to tell what's about to happen, man. What this fucking devil doing? It says, "For the Lord knoweth all that may be known, and He beholdeth the signs of the world. He declared the things is the point that are past and for to come, and revealeth the steps of hidden things." What is this leading to? What's ahead of the road? Going on this path. What's ahead? And the devil, he trying to lay out a path. And a lot of people, that's that wide gate. He's setting the brick road over there. The steps, stepping stones for people to take, man. And there's many going there. Because it's the easiest path. It's wide. It's just, he making it look. But when they get to the end of that road, it's a dead end, man. It's a dead end. So the Lord said, "No thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him." So he knows what's going on, and that's why he put the spirit on me to bring this out, man. This is Habakkuk 2:14. It says, "For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai as the waters covered the sea." Okay, I'll close on that. And what I'll do now, I'm gonna hold this real quick, and we're gonna read this article. Okay. Yeah, these is two important scriptures. We're gonna hold this one, and then we're gonna hold this one. Okay, so we're gonna read this article real quick. Get some points, and then that'll be it. You can see you just imagine where this leads. Okay, I ain't gotta try to say everything, man. Okay, so it says lawmakers. Once again, for those that don't know, the House, which is just pretty much politicians. Let's get the word politician, which we know simply comes down to Edomites, even if they appear colored, bunch of fucking Edomites, man. Anyway, politician, a person who is professionally involved in politics, especially as a holder or a candidate for an elected office. So these are people set up, okay? These are people that set up, because to be elected is to be chosen, selected. It says, and then you are a representative of something. Of what? And we know it's off because you got assemblyman and assemblywoman. Women ain't supposed to be usurping authority over no man. They teach other women according to the scriptures. So to have a congresswoman, you know, that shit off, man. A female member of Congress, especially a female member of House of Representatives, you know. And I'm gonna get the word Congress really quick. Congress. It says the United States Congress. The United States Congress is the legislator, so she's dealing with issuing out laws. To that's a super which is authority, saying what you can and can't do. So what is women that tell you men, us men, what you can and can't do, and we know that's off according to the scriptures. So this whole Congress thing is of the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's all of the so-called white man's world, Satan. You know, it is bicameral, being composed of a lower body, the House of Representatives, and an upper body, the Senate, which is who they couldn't agree, they couldn't get to agree on when they want to bring this to pass in 2020, but they finally did it. It says that, you see, and that's crazy because the only thing they can agree on is bringing forth destruction. So that's how you is this, which is how you know it's for bringing forth destruction, because the Lord said that Satan's house is going to be divided. And that's who, you know, completely got this to pass, the house, as they say, you know, but let me get that word, Congress. So that's just basically what it's dealing with, yeah, a national legislative body, especially that of U.S. So there it is, okay, and it's composed of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And this ain't got, you know, it's not nothing in our favor of so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So moving back, so you got women a part of issuing out laws. So a politician, they say a person who acts in a manipulative and devious way. So they're trying to manipulate the minds. Politicians, they are pretty much what these congressmen and congresswomen are considered. A congressman, a congresswoman, a woman that's a part of, or a man that's a part of the House of Representatives, the whole U.S. Congress, which is the House of Representatives and the Senate. You got women and men playing a role in that house, which is just simply them coming together to issue out laws, hierarchy for, you know, whatever, right? They're all known as politicians, and it says a politician, right? A person who acts in a manipulative way and devious way. Devil. See, the damn devil. Typically to gain advancement within an organization. And this so heavy. You can't make this up. Like, that's what the word world means. The world, what the Lord talks about when he's in John 3:16, the word there is cosmos. And cosmos literally means organization. Let me double check. 3:16. So the Lord, when he said, because you got different worlds, there's many worlds. So you got the world, which, you know, usually doesn't denote the earth, but sometimes it can be used to, you know, people use to make it interchangeable for the earth. And then you got world as far as like age, eon, right, in the Greek. And then you got this word, you got world in this regard, cosmos. What does cosmos mean?
Strong's G 2889, cosmos. Cosmos.
Yeah. And a harmonious arrangement, constitution, order. We're gonna get to the point. Okay. They're gonna make me have to grab a red Bible. Because it's supposed to just simply, yeah. See? And notice the devil is synonymous with this word, because the word world, this same particular world. Can't make it up, man. But yeah, that's what world means. It means organization, which I'll have to get my arrangement, organization. You know, you should see it through that harmonious arrangement. Okay, we're gonna just prove it through this because I ain't gonna get up and get that book. Organization, see?
Arrangement.
So they can play games all day long. So world or organization, which is synonymous with world, which Wadi Halbash Miao Shai, it's the same world actually in Matthew the 4th chapter, when the devil took Yahushua up into an exceeding high mountain and shewed him all the kingdoms of the world, meaning cosmos, and the glory of them, meaning the organizations. So this world was what is the world, is the organization of the devil that he was dealing with. And we reading right here, politician, which is these people that passed this law, a bunch of politicians is what they will be deemed, right? Which is a person who acts in a manipulative and devious way, typically to gain an advancement within an organization. See, they're trying to get this world how they want to pretty much do is bring that new world order. And who's responsible for this? The elite, but through who? Through the politicians. These politicians. So these laws they putting in play, these legislations, these wicked legislations they're putting in play, right? These are politicians. They say they do things in a devious way to gain an advancement. They're trying to move this thing forward within this world. Organization is synonymous with world. That's what world means, and this is the one that the devil deals with. See? If you follow it says, devious. See that? Showing a skillful use of underhanded tactics to achieve goals. See? Yeah, unprincipled and immoral. Yeah, because this is definitely unprincipled and immoral because people defiling their temples. So there's going to be a lot of jakes getting destroyed. You're going to have a lot of church pastors that secretly on the low smoke weed, and then they're going to try to probably use, I think that's in the book of Romans when they talk about, the law of the land pretty much. People be talking about following the law of the land, being subjected to the powers that be and all this stuff. Jake gonna get, wicked. They gonna get wise to do wicked like that, man. So many things it's gonna lead to, and that's gonna bring forth a lot of it. It's gonna bring forth their end, but they're trying to use it in their head to bring forth their new world order. But it's gonna bring forth that very destruction that's already sown and on the way. So I just wanted to see if they was gonna put devil, if they was gonna outright put devil, which we can clearly see this word devious is 100%, going into the characteristics of the devil and outright means devil, but they don't want to put it. Yeah, devil should be the main one on here. That's the main thing the Bible is pushing. Devil, the devil, called the devil. Where's the word devil at? Fucking devil, man. That's devilish. That's damn devilish. Anyway, so these politicians, they ain't nothing but a bunch of devils. That's what politicians go into. So the house is a bunch of people that you can deem politicians. And politicians are said to be people who, what? Let's read it again. Who act in manipulative and devious ways, typically to gain advancement and gain advancement within an organization or what? World. In the world. New world order. They're trying to move this thing forward and get an advantage on you jakes. They think they can get an advantage on the Lord, but you really can't. You can't, man. So anyway, it says the lawmakers passed the bill largely along party lines, 2020-204, 220-204, Salaki, with 3 Republicans joining all but 2 Democrats in support. Okay, we're gonna just get the points. You got some people that supposedly voted against it, but it clearly wasn't enough. It says the measure now goes to the Senate, where Majority Leader Charles Schumer is working with fellow Democrats to introduce a marijuana legalization bill as soon as this spring. It's already here. And they say what? They approved it. You know? So they waiting on the Senate. So pretty much it should come out with it should say Congress. But it says, but it's not a clear bill to broadly legalize marijuana. But it's not clear a bill to broadly legalize marijuana could clear the necessary 60 votes to advance in the Senate. Okay. Now you gotta ask why they working on these things. Like why? Why do y'all want to do this? It says House Democrats previously passed a bill to legalize marijuana in December 2020, but that measure didn't go anywhere in the Senate, which was still under GOP control at the time. So until they both agree, it ain't gonna come out. You know. Yeah. So it says Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement More Act. Yeah. And that's dealing with Jakes that went to jail and they got these things on their records to where they can't get hired, which is really to go they can't become slaves and get paid for it. They can't become indentured slaves. Miserable peon, low level, disrespected. We don't even say peon all the time, but well, you could say that, but servants, indentured servants, unless they get they records expunged. It says would clear marijuana-related convictions from people's records and formally remove it from the federal list of controlled substances. So that's how you know they're the devil, because why did you lock these people up for this in the first place? Which ain't nothing wrong with the herb cannabis. If you use it correctly, you can't be smoking it. You know what I'm saying? It was made. It's a medicine. It's a herb. It's healing that comes from those things. But we're not here to preach or push that, because Jake can't even understand the scripture. So you don't need to be dealing with none of that. Jake can't even get right in the spirit. So you don't, even though you will use the herbs through the spirit, because they're spiritual, they're dealing with, it's spiritual. The spirit is what's deemed good according to the spirit, the scriptures, or spiritual, if you will, for dealing with your body. But like I said, we ain't here to push that. And the whole point of what I'm saying now is that's how you know these people are the devil, because why did you lock people up for this in the first place? And you have people lose years off their life. People broke. There's people that all type of stuff lost, families and homes because they got locked up one night for marijuana. The car got towed. All Jake's is just crazy. Just for them to come and do this. So it was devilish then, and this just proved and this got to be a devilish move now. That proves this to be a devilish. It got to be a devilish move now. The legislation will also impose a federal tax on marijuana sales to fund programs aimed at helping communities harmed by the so-called war on drugs policy that established harsh punishment for distributing and using drugs when they put the drugs in the communities, and the hard drugs, in our communities. The sales tax will start at 5% and gradually increase to 8% over 5 years. So they ain't with thoughts they shit finna really go forever, and it's through these different things they doing, So far too long, we have treated marijuana as a criminal justice program instead of as a matter of personal choice and public health, said House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler, the chief sponsor of the bill. So I'm not gonna read all of this. We're gonna just jump to the point. Yeah, and it says Republicans argued that marijuana is enough of a mind-altering substance to pose a threat to society. See, and they know it's gonna have people completely gone, which it takes me here. This Habakkuk 2:14, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the Lord, of the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, as the waters cover the sea, which is really going to be during the kingdom of heaven, and it's happening now spiritually. It's going to manifest physically then, but it's going to be it's spiritual now. It's completely. He's filling the earth with this knowledge. That they say our world went into all the earth. You know, going into just grab it real quick. Romans the 10th chapter. Jump down. This is Romans 10, and it says in the 18th verse. What? It says, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound. Who? Of the prophets, lifting up their voice like a trumpet, being diligent, went into all the earth. See? And their words unto the ends of the world. Unto the ends of the world. Okay? But I say, did not Israel know? Because this is really why it's going out. Because Israel's across all the earth. So don't give a damn about you people, man. But he wants this cup poured out. He wants these words poured out to you as far as what apply and what's to come. You damn heathens. But it says, for Moses said, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation will I anger you. But anyway, so that's completely what Habakkuk 2 is going into. That knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is spiritually being filling the earth right now. But anyway, the point, verse 15, woe unto him that give. So people supposed to be filled with that, right? But instead they about to be filled with, damn weed, smoke. It says, woe unto them that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunk also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And pretty much, just dealing with Jake, but pretty much Yahweh Shai said that Jake is of their father, the devil. And the devil is the so-called white man, who is the spiritual incarnation of Satan on earth. So this is the nature of the so-called white man, right? I can use it like this and say, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunk also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Yeah, and the elders was going into this, pretty much, when they was dealing with Gad and Reuben, and so-called white man just gave them so much drink to where they was just drunk and couldn't even fight no more, and they started signing treaties, and that's how they did it. And that's why it says, woe to Ephraim, because they're mighty to wake up in the morning and drink. And I was living on the West Coast, so I seen that, it'd be broad daylight, they just getting started. Northern Kingdom on the corners outside, they drinking heavy first thing in the morning, which is the kingdom that the tribe of Gad and Reuben is a part of. These so-called Native American Indians, which will consist of, so-called Mexicans too, them so-called Indians, But this is what the devil's doing. You giving your neighbor drink so you put the bottle to them, getting them drunk and making them drunk, so they completely gone in the spirit, man. You're giving them something to take them out the spirit, that thou mayest look on their nakedness, and to see, if they're gonna destroy themselves. That's what they're trying to do. And that these are extra scriptures, but it is what it is. Let me just grab this. I got a couple more. That'd be it. This is the hell I'm about to get. Isaiah 10. Gotta get them when they see it. No matter how many times you heard them. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, Assyria is God's instrument, and that's America, spiritual. The Lord is using the tactics of this devil just to bring his will to you. But anyway, it says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and right grievousnesses that which they have prescribed. And this is an unrighteous decree, because they just said Republicans argued that marijuana is enough of a mind altering. That's what your spirit is. Substance to pose a threat to society, which is why Yahweh Shai said what? Through the spirit. He didn't say it, but that's why it says in Galatians, the 5th chapter, this is Galatians 5, and we'll jump down to the point. or is that Ephesians? Uh, Ephesians 5. Let me see. Something on the board. It's Ephesians 5. It says, jump to the point. It says, I'm gonna start at 15. I must nope, that's the spirit. I'm gonna start at 14. Wherefore, Ephesians 4 and 14, it's like 5 and 14, Ephesians 5 and 14, wherefore he said, see, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See, Yahushua. So see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. See? So here go this goddamn devil doing this. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Once again, this is a grievous legislation because Republicans argue that marijuana is enough of a mind-altering substance to pose a threat to society. Yeah, you will end up completely, pretty much destroyed in the evil day. You're gonna be out here. These people about to be through. They're about to be done. You know, they're finna the gross darkness we ain't even seen happen yet, man. It's getting ready to come now. What y'all get? It says to turn aside. Why did they write this? To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. See that? So there it is. So let's go ahead and get that. This is Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. See? That's why the knowledge spiritually is supposed to be filling the earth right now, but instead you got good set against evil. So everything the damn devil does, which we was going into yesterday, is to try to prove the world that he doesn't prove to the word he doesn't exist, which took you to the word detract. And when you go into detract, is to take somebody from I'm gonna just get it real quick. I don't want to butcher it. You can see the complete, link, the track. It says, jump down. I believe it was in this one. Oh, you know what it was? I know what it was. It was this. This Revelation 12. Jump to the point. Where you at? Okay, kind of went into the word devil, right? And that's what the word devil goes into. Basically, is he trying to convince people that he basically trying to everything he do is an effort to oppose. Let me get it because I can't even quote it correctly. Let's see. Yeah, Khan. Applied to a man, diabolos for devil in the Greek, right?
On this phone, the yeas are 220 and the nays are 204.
Anyway, it says, applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, see that, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. So this is literally the devil. This is Satan on earth. This is, but the point is by opposing the cause of God with everything he does. And pretty much he detracts. And detracts is what? It says diminish the worth or value, right? That's what that law gonna do too. It says cause someone or something to be distracted or diverted from. This is how, these are tactics of how, or these are the ways to how the devil opposes God. This is how the devil makes himself to be the devil, which is him opposing God, basically. Like going back to the beginning. God, you shall not surely die. God knows your eyes going to be open. You know, there is no sin. A man can be with the, you know, that's detracting, and it's every effort of him trying to oppose God. You know, basically. Okay. So I'm gonna close these out. I don't want to keep going into too much, but it says, that's this. It says Isaiah 60:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. So pretty much, once again, you got the knowledge that's supposed to be filling the earth, but instead you have the devil who's trying to he has to fulfill his measure of being a devil, which is going to be, which is basically him trying to oppose God through him trying to detract, and detract said to divert somebody's attention or lessen the value of something. See that? And now you listening to him, moving according to him, you completely in the space to where you're not even acknowledging you in darkness. You're not even in light no more. You're completely gone. Like, why would you be pushing something like this, man? You know, it says Republicans argue that the marijuana is enough of a mind-altering substance to pose a threat to society, and these people are already crazy enough. You know, Jake going about to be destroyed, man. It says, in gross darkness the people. See? So it says, the Lord said, gross darkness. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that's exactly what's going on. And the Gentiles shall come to the light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. But the whole point is what? This prophecy, man. The Lord said gross darkness was getting ready to cover this earth, and gross darkness the people. Now we got to get that word gross. And this is what the elite bankers are trying to set up. They're trying to divert people's attention from, you know, what they're ultimately trying to do, and get them in a complete state of just sleep, to where they could just have their way with them, man. And they, you know, they thinking America's really working out for us. Niggas really think, because, you know, you in the world, you think, man, they should just legalize weed, man. Yeah, the weed for you, man. And now the devil, he done tapped into that vibration. Niggas really think like, yeah, it is, but it ain't in the way you niggas use it. You know what I'm saying? And now the devil, he finna get them that what people been asking about for so long, and now it's gonna look like they're on his side. You know, he's on their side. So like, yeah, gloom. They say gloom. You know. So yeah, that's basically it. It says misery, figurative of misery. You know, these people, they being set up for the kill, man. Darkness of clouds to make dark, obscure, especially of the night. Yeah, the night cometh when no man can work. Like it ain't. People ain't gonna know what's going on no more, man. It's gonna be basically, you could do this place become a complete do's thou will. You can like literally do whatever the fuck you want to do. Isaiah, Jeremiah 13:16. So you think. Give glory to the Lord Yahweh your power before he calls darkness. And before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. This shit finna get real nasty, man. You gonna have, I'm telling you, you're gonna have probably pastors that's coming out, like how you got gay churches, you're gonna have LGBTQ churches, you're gonna have pastors coming out that was low-key blowing on the low, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna, all the land ain't nothing, you know, God made. You know, niggas gonna start saying that shit, man. And they gonna be completely in the state of fulfilling the days of Noah. Like people was just eating and drinking. Shit, you gonna eat more. Niggas gonna be eating, so because you niggas got the munchies. They gonna be completely caught up, and just people finna be on their ass. It's gonna inspire so many more smokers. When you, like, they talk about not criminalizing you for distributing, not even just possessing it, but distributing it, man. It says, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. We're in a place where they telling us everything bad is good. And since judgment is not speedily executed, the heart of man is fully setting them to do wicked, as it say in Ecclesiastes. And that's exactly what's about to happen. Niggas think, and then niggas, even though niggas die every day, get brutally judged every day in their head, right? In their circle, nobody's telling them that God's doing this. God kills. But then they'll run across us and we tell them, and it's like foreign. It's like, but that's how you know we just in a complete fucking array of darkness. But nonetheless, this word's still going out everywhere. People being told. And then eventually we gonna disappear. And people, imagine that. You know, it says, and while ye look for light, he turned into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. So let me read it one more time. Give glory to the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, your power. Dwadi Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. Before he caused darkness and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains, because he's giving you the chance to know what's right and what's wrong before he completely pull the plug on allowing people to even know that. And then you just somebody that you might be somebody is completely abominable. He's allowed you to see you in a room with a bunch of faggots and beasts, and it's a lion over here, and it's a serpent over here, and it's a chipping station over here, you know, and it's only over there. You in the room, but all you gotta do is stay where you at, which is basically this little sanctuary. Stay in the sanctuary, man. Because the time gonna come when the light go off. But since he enlightened you on what was all in the room before the light would go off, right? You know, okay, I just gotta stay here until this shit just end. I don't know when it's gonna end, but it's just gonna end. You know you good right there. Now imagine if he didn't enlighten you into that, and you know, say it was other people in the room and they couldn't recognize that it was a lion over here, a chipping station over here, a damn pit right here, you know, pig, you know, talking to them, telling them to eat them, you know, filled with rats and shit. And like say that they didn't recognize that. What do you think they gonna do? You gonna see these mothers fall in the pit, go eat the pig, go get the chip, get ate by the lion, get the shit beat out of them by a group of, you know, Edomites, pick up the gun to kill themselves. Like these are all the things in the room. And you just sitting back while you like, but he opens your eyes, you like, you know, and then the light go off. I'm just staying right here. I already know that shit. Them niggas couldn't tell. And I watched when the light was off, these niggas on getting destroyed. So imagine when the light off and these same people, there's people still left in the room that don't know. You're gonna have the lion eating the pig, the damn, you know, nigga, the pig getting chipped. And that shit happening, right? That's heavy, man. Through the spirit. Yeah, that's basically it, man. So, you know, I ain't got too much more to say. Yeah, look, it says record crime, record inflation, record gas prices, record number of illegal immigrants crossing our southern border. And what are Democrats doing today? Legalizing drugs. Legalizing drugs and using American tax dollars to kickstart and prop up the marijuana industry. Wow, said Rep. Jim Jordan, Ohio, the top Republican on the House Judiciary Committee. You know, at least 37 states, 4 territories in the District of Columbia allow the use of marijuana for medical use. According, they're gonna open that thing up about about that half that number, 18 states, 2 territories in the national capital allow it for non-medical use. But they trying to open it up completely, like to where you can just, as they say, sell it. Look, they got kids involved in this. I have incentives for states not to sell to kids or market or advertise to kids. These niggas through, man. They're done. You know, this place about to go shit finna. You know, that's basically the end. You know, and that's spiritual. Updated at 1:44 p.m. You know, we got to fuck out of here, man. So yeah, this is another move by the elite, another gradualism step, a world where everybody's what you say, you know, and everybody's gay and just it's clear, you know. So expect a lot, you know, once this thing really you know, like is on CNN, They passed the legislation decriminalizing it. You know, it's passed. They passed a far-reaching, you know. So if it, you know, if we're gonna see, man, because they say they gotta hit the Senate, but you know, they probably gonna do this shit, man. So that's basically it. And you got Jake's not knowing darkness is completely being set up and staged for them, while IUIC over here celebrating the Passover and niggas over here, you know, laughing and dancing and all this other stuff. Shit, you know, this a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Jake gonna be taken, man. Mom's on here playing games, you know, just they don't know what's going on. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Jake has no clue of what's going on, man. You know, if the name stops you from hearing the truth, then you may not be called. Niggas don't know what's going on. You know, they're through. So with that, I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Wahara Hakodash. Okay. Shalom to the brothers. All right. Come on. Yep. They ain't gonna be here no more. They finna let them niggas out. Only to do what? To destroy them. You know? Yeah, good scripture. 144. Yup. Straight traps. Yep. So yeah, that's basically it, man. Yep, and that's a good one. You know, Khan, Shalom. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall, there's gonna be a lot of people being destroyed. See that? That's defiling your temple. So, hey, Shalom.